Sharon. Hello.
Morning.
You've got a different angle today.
Yes, because I think it's because I'm sat outside at patio door and sun's shining in, which looks like I'm wearing sunglasses. So I thought, oh, I'll just spin around the table because I'm sat at the kitchen table. I thought I'll just spin around slightly and look, it's worked.
It's worked.
Glasses on. Oh, little things.
Little things make a big difference. Morning.
Hi.
Morning. Just turn you all up so I can actually hear you.
That's a good point, actually. I'm going to turn myself up and all. You okay?
Yeah, doing very well.
Good stuff.
I've got my coffee, so we're all properly caffeinated today.
That's my coffee. Yeah, when I used to work in an office, I used to have that in the morning. Like, why can you drink? How can you drink that in the morning? I'd ask the same question about coffee. How can you drink coffee in the morning? Like, I don't like coffee.
Oh, I can't function without coffee. Well, we had about 4 or 5 coffees, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh.
With when I used to be a labourer, I used to get up at 5 in the morning, and I thought I'll try coffee. People are saying that gives you energy, right? Took one sip and almost threw up. So yeah, I'm not going to do that again.
Maybe it's just really bad coffee. I don't know.
It probably was. That was back in the 90s. So yeah, it probably was really bad coffee.
It'll have been Best Buy or something like that.
No idea. It probably was the cheap stuff that my parents would have bought. Yeah. All right, we're expecting George. He should jump on any minute, I believe. How's things? It's been a couple of weeks. Last week, it was a no-go, really. I mean, my life was just up in the air. And Sophie's on holiday, and Claire, you couldn't join either, and it just felt like probably a good idea to kind of have a week off. How have you guys been?
Oh, I've been really busy. It's been brilliant. Yeah. June has been the best month I've had so far. While I've been reselling, it's been absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So I'm chuffed a bit sweet, put it that way. And July's getting off to a good start as well.
Is it?
Yeah. Weekend orders. Weekend orders. I've got like £200 worth just Saturday afternoon and Sunday.
Wow.
Nice. I thought, wow, it seems something like every couple of minutes it was like ka-ching, ka-ching. I think, oh, I've got another one.
Why do you think that is?
I'm really pleased.
People are starting to get the summer stuff. Do you sell any clothing or anything like that?
Well, it was mainly clothing and shoes, but I've been making a very conscious effort to just like list every day. I'm trying to get 10 on a day. I mean, some days I might have done like 12 or 14, but then another day I might have only done 8. Because clothing I think just takes a little bit longer because obviously you've got all your different ways to, then you've got to do your labels, then you've got to do your measurements and make sure everything's fine. But it was mainly clothes, but I also bought some stuff from the auction site I mentioned last time as well. I got a nice lot from there, and I sold for I think I got about 12 items in total, and I sold 4. And 2 of them were really good price. One of them were 45 quid, another one was 29 quid. And I only bought one for 4 and the other one for 12. So that really boosted the revenue stream coming in.
Nice, good
really
stuff.
Good.
Well, mine's been the complete opposite. So because sort of towards the end of June, childcare and bookkeeping work essentially took over, so I didn't go out sourcing at all. I didn't list anything. Literally, I was just posting out what sold the next day. So I went from the 23rd of June, 147 pounds for the day, 62, 52, 17, 23, 24, 25, 40, 24. It's just literally gone, and then just stayed really low. And you could tell from like, it kind of went up and down, up, and then it's just gone down and stayed down in those sort of early £20 a day, which is not ideal. for me.
You've been
But
doing
I
your bookkeeping though.
have. So yeah, it's kind of money's still coming in, right? But it's coming in from a
Yeah.
different way. But I kind of it's just shows that if you stop listing on eBay, it just drops off a cliff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. How about you, Claire?
It's been, I mean, by no means June hasn't been exactly my worst month, but it's not been my best either. So it's just very slow at the moment. But again, I think that's sort of tied into my levels of activity. So I'm like trying to list every day, but obviously there's just some days you can't or whatever, or just because I'm sort of, I have a day job, so I don't always have enough time to be throwing hours at like prepping stock and whatever and making listings and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think I'm not too worried. Like when I look at the stats for the last few weeks, I'm not like I'm not too yeah. It makes sense.
You're not
why
bothered. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially,
like you, I have money's still coming in, but it's just that not quite from eBay, but I'm gonna from everywhere else, and still gonna push on with it though. Doesn't deter. It's not deterring. It's still
absolutely.
it's still working. The things that
Mhm.
I'm buying, people are buying off me, so
Yeah.
something's working. It's just not
If you see,
trying to scale it up.
fact,
That's what I need to do.
You can't scale it at the moment.
Mhm.
George is after the meeting ID. So he just sent me a message saying, "Do you have the meeting ID?" So I need to get that somehow, don't I? But I mean, it was really annoying for me because ultimately I was on course to kind of hit a new record. But kind of that last sort of 5 days. So the highest I've sold in a month was about 2,100, and I hit 2,025 in June. But those last 5 days of being 17, 20, 25 just really killed it. So I could have had a new record, which is so frustrating. Right, just send this to George.
I think he's here.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Can you hear me?
Oh, that was
Sorry,
Hi,
my thing was
George.
being really weird. It wasn't letting me on. I was like, what's going on?
Managed to get on though, no?
Yeah. It went through the link into the website, and then it opened up my Zoom when I was trying to get into the Zoom mouse. Technology, I'm not.
I know, right? Proper tech. We are just chatting about the last couple of weeks because we weren't on last week due to kind of my life being a little bit chaotic, Claire not being on. So how have your 2 weeks been?
Okay, I'm kind of glad last week that we weren't doing. No offense, it's just that I was really busy as well. It's like all last week, literally, the days that I was meant to have off, I didn't have off in the end. So it was a bit manic. I've been doing some things business related that I can't talk about right now. But yeah, it's that's it. Yeah. So no, it was all right. It's been okay. Like I do feel like it's been a bit weird, like in terms of eBay sales. Like I've had some of my lowest days of the year last week. I had like one sale for like £11, and I was like, "What is going on?" Because the day before I had like it was like a nearly £300 day. I was like, "What? That is a whiplash and a half."
Yeah, exactly.
Down to reality. I was like, so yeah, I had 2 days like that last week where they were really low, and then the next day was really high. And like, yeah, yesterday I had a really high day, but the day before it was really low. So it's been like that. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. But I'm hoping it all levels out kind of the same, but still, it kind of gets frantic by when it's like 11, half 11 at night, and you've had no sales. I'm like, oh my god, please.
Exactly.
There's just no rhyme or reason to it, is there?
There's not. It feels like someone's turned it off, doesn't it? It's like,
yeah,
exactly what I was just saying. Like my last week was shockingly bad. So last 7 days, is 234 for the last week, essentially from today. And before that, they're in the 400 or 500s, and that's purely from not listing every day. I literally didn't touch eBay other than print the labels off and send the stuff out. And that's down to me doing all the bookkeeping stuff. So I can see why mine's dipped down. And Sharon Shade, she's had a good month. Claire's kind of the same. So yeah, it's a bit strange how you just stop doing stuff and then they just go, well, you're not active anymore, so we're not going to push your stuff to everybody else.
Yeah. And another thing though, what I did as well, which I should imagine has helped, towards the end of May, I changed from a personal to a business account. And then when they assessed the performance level, they gave me top rated. So that might have also had a good impact. You know,
it did for me at the start when I did it.
Yeah.
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 They give a boost, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, I was dead chuffed when I got that through. I said to Steve, look at me, I'm a top rate.
Yeah. Just got to keep it now. No pressure, you got to keep it.
I know, that's it. Yeah, so I'm petrified now. Every day I keep looking at it, just make sure that, you know, the predicted is still going to be a top rated.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my first negative. No, it wasn't a negative, it was a neutral. So I've not
got your first neutral feedback. That's annoying.
Yeah. And I think it was a bit unfair because I always measure accurately, by the way, all my clothing, and I make sure it's all listed, pick to pick, length, blah, blah, blah. Put it all on. Anyway, this woman bought a Hobbs dress, and I thought everything was fine because I've not heard from her for like 3 weeks, and then suddenly I got this neutral saying that the dress and the colours was as described, beautiful. However, the fitting was incorrect, and I just thought, well, it wasn't. You know, I've definitely put the right measurements on. Obviously, love, you're not a size 10.
Well, clearly, yeah. Someone's in denial.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think it doesn't affect your feedback score, though, does it? I just left it.
It does.
I've still got 100%, so I'm all right.
Oh, it doesn't affect your
me.
Oh, okay. It just doesn't add it.
Is that number one on the neutral? Yeah.
I always find like neutrals are really kind of like stupid reasons. Like negatives, you can kind of understand if they've had a really bad experience and if you own up and you say, actually, yeah, that's me. But like neutrals, it's always like, oh, this is a navy blue, and it's a dark blue in the listing. It's like, oh, grow up. It's always that kind of stuff in it, like the silliness.
Yeah. Or whenever I see a neutral, I just say, "I'll just get off the fence. Just make a decision."
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Exactly.
Do you think maybe that they choose neutral because obviously they can? Because if you took that away, imagine how much negative feedback you would get if it was just positive and negative. Because then all your negatives would be full of, oh, it was dark blue instead of navy blue, like you say, or it was they said light blue, but they meant like cornflower blue, like, you know, something really stupid. Probably better to have neutrals than a whole raft of negatives for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can see what you're saying there.
Yeah, good point.
The people making the decision to select neutral or positive, they need to get off the fence, don't they?
Yeah.
I have some kind of ideas and things because I kind of a little bit lost of what to talk about because we've talked about quite a lot in the past sort of 5 or 6 weeks. So I thought we should kind of throw some ideas about a challenge between us as well. Because Sharon had one the other day, didn't you? I don't know what the challenge was. It was a listing challenge, wasn't it?
It was a listing one, yeah, to see how much you can list in 1 week or whatever, but not sell similars. You know, it's got to be new stuff.
Brand new stuff, yeah. Well, that's losing
we could all do that, couldn't
we? Yeah. And I thought we could talk through and show it on a screen of like the whole listing process of a piece of clothing, of what kind of this is how I list type thing. I don't know if you guys wanted to share your screen on if you've got anything that you can list.
I'm trying to.
What, like now?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I've got a lot. I've got loads of like stuff around me, but it's like, have I already listed that or not? It's really bad. I did quite a lot yesterday, so it's all kind of muddled up, and I'm still in the process of, you know, sorting stuff out. But
I'll have to pop upstairs, to my stock room.
Unless I've got a
This
poll,
dress,
but I haven't had.
I think I've taken a picture of it.
Yeah, with eBay listings, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. I did one with it was basically on my live, but like Philippa, who comes on, she did it as well, and I think we ended up doing like it was over the course of a week, from Tuesday to Tuesday, but it's like we ended up doing like over 100, like, and that's while obviously things, and you listen to it, it was like, oh, it's pretty good. But that really gave us a kick up the bum because I usually do around like 10 to 15 a day. That's like my average. I don't usually stick to it, but it's like that's my average. And I ended up pushing it for the whole month after that for about 20. It was around 20 a day. So, and that really did make a difference. And I'm in the process at the moment of trying to clear stuff out as well. So I was thinking of doing like a challenge of maybe list one, bin one, or list one, donate one, or that kind of thing. Like, if I see something that I'm like, I've got lots of like little bits as well, and it's kind of like, like I don't know why I bought it. Like I thought it probably worth something, but it's the most mass-produced toy on the planet. Really, it's a SpongeBob. But it's from like 2006, and I heard like 2004, 2006 is meant to be quite rare. But anyway. Right. Yeah, so like I'll be binning that. I'll be sending that to the but I'll, because I've got just so much tat. I just need to list it, and I'm going on holiday, so I thought, I might do a car boot. So if I put them like all the rubbish stuff in like a bag, I mean, I'll be donating whatever I don't sell at the car boot. There's a charity shop across the road anyway that's open on a Sunday, so I'll probably just donate it anyway. But like, it'd be nice to make a bit of extra pennies.
Indeed. I'd like to do car boots. I just don't get time when the kid wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's a pain in the backside, that is, I tell you.
So you want us to do a full listing now? So if that's the case, can I just go and take a photo of this?
Yeah. Oh, shall I start doing one now? Because I've got...
Is that what you want to do?
A Boohoo brand new top. I'm assuming that's top.
Okay.
So I'll put that on. Right. And this is doing it on a computer. So I'm only going to put one picture on because it takes about 5 minutes to put all of the pictures on my computer. So right, what can you see?
We can see your summer hub.
Ah, nice. Can you see like how? See what I mean? Like goes up, and then goes up, and then it's just flat.
Oh, I can't see that bit because everybody's face is over it.
I've just moved everyone. Yeah, I can see that. That is odd, isn't it?
And literally, I stopped doing listing from this point.
Sometimes I just want like a little note from eBay saying we've done this because of this.
Yeah.
Just please tell me why.
It
doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
You can see that's quite good how they split the promoted and normal.
Can you drag the box where we're all there?
You should be able
to the right a bit, like click and drag it from the top where it's black.
Participants. So these boxes on the side, these people.
Yeah, where we are, yeah.
Like that.
Do you know the zoom picture? Do you know the zoom pictures of us lot? Yeah. Across the top, it's black, isn't it? It's got some like little squares and stuff. Can you not click on that black border and drag the box? No, does it?
No, I think you can, Sharon, on your screen.
Yeah, you can. I'm doing it to me. I'm doing it to mine.
Yeah, and I'm doing it to mine.
You can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh God, I'm fake.
No.
Right. That's just, it's too funny. Yeah, there you go, Sharon.
Yes, I can see it now.
You can see it now, don't you? Right, so
I can, yeah.
listing from a computer, right? And shout out whenever you think I should add something in to this white lace boohoo top single listing. So no, I just tend to just do that and then I just adjust it. Tops and shirts, women's, yeah. Continue that match. New with tags.
I need to change the brand to Boohoo on there.
I will do. I will do when it gets there.
Oh, yeah.
I thought this was a security tag at the start. I thought someone's half-inched it and donated it to a charity shop, but it's not.
No.
It's basically, if you remove that, you can't take it back. Right. Upload photos from here. They're not going to be in July, are they? Because I didn't take any photos. Be in June.
Do you keep all your photos, you know, for like your stock just in case?
Yeah, I have
'Cause I
like,
do.
like loads of
Yeah,
sold
I
folders.
don't delete any of mine.
Yeah, I have a horrible like hoarder tendency of like, but what if I need them? What if someone returns something? But no one has. I mean, touch wood, no one has yet. So
I'm just going to put one on.
I come from a different. I come from it from a different angle. It's because eBay knocked off a load of my listings when they did an update, and so I had no photos, so I had to find all the stuff again, repicture it, and then relist it because they knocked. I think it was like nearly £200 worth of stuff that they'd knocked off, and I was like, oh no! So I was like panicking. I was like, oh my god, because I had like a Burberry top up, and I was like, all of a sudden I couldn't find it. I was like, what's happened to it? Why is it not? I was like, oh. So yeah, ever since then I've got like an external hard drive which I kind of just flip them over to, which is just me being paranoid, I guess, but it's for a reason.
I get this error message when I upload from my phone on the laptop. Cannot open multiple items from this location. And then you say you got to do it one at a time, which is annoying.
So you got your phone connected currently?
Yes.
And you're uploading directly from your phone to eBay. That might be. Do you always do it like that?
I have always done it like that.
That might be why it takes so long. If you copied them to your computer and then uploaded them directly from there, I know it's a bit of a faff, but that wouldn't take as long.
That's how I do it.
Yeah.
I do it in a big batch, and then I drag it to a new folder onto my desktop.
Yeah. I have like a whole all the close pictures live together. Like I take them all off my phone and then upload straight from the computer.
So if I do that, I'm going to stick them in here for now. Okay.
Yeah, I did go sourcing yesterday, so I do have stuff, but it's underneath other stuff. I'm so disorganized. This week, I'm so disorganized. Atrocious. I've got my receipts as well. Does anybody do the receipt thing like Shopix?
What's that?
It's like you get like points for every receipt that you do, and I get all my obviously all your charity shop receipts, and I scan them, and then you can claim like sometimes it's money. They have like 4 different things. So like I get the Amazon voucher one, and you take pictures of your receipts, it adds to the points, and then you reach a threshold, and then you can claim back £5, £10 or £20 in vouchers. And I usually use that for like, yeah, and there's quite a few of them about, but Shopix is like the really good one. It's like Shop and MPIX. Okay. And I think it's all. I I think Quidco's got one as well. I think it's Pick My Eats or something like that. And yeah, and they have something to do with it as well. But yeah, I was doing that all this morning. It's time consuming, but
I suppose it'd be worth it.
I said this was a top, right?
Mm.
Looks like a top. It's got sleeves and stuff, hasn't it?
Is it Bolero?
Boohoo.
Is it a cardigan? No,
Apparently,
Bolero's a type of cardigan.
right, okay. Apparently it says it's a skirt.
What?
Woven lace top.
No, it'll be top and skirt. I think it's a cord. I think it's supposed to be like a cord.
Oh, but we're 2-piece.
Yeah, so I think you've just got the top.
I've just got the top.
There would have been a matching skirt.
George?
Yeah.
Quick question for you. I started going to car boots only this year. And obviously you don't get receipts from car boots. So what I've been doing, I've been itemizing everything in a spreadsheet, but then putting all just the total amount that I spent that day. So I might take 50 quid to a car boot, have a look what change I've got when I come home, because I can't remember how to pay for stuff. And then I just itemize everything, and never ask for any proof, of what I'm putting on my.
It should be.
Yeah, that's exactly how HMRC actually tell you to do it. So they'll say you need to kind of write it down what you've spent on a piece of paper, because they won't give you a receipt. So essentially you're proving what you've spent. But ultimately that's subject to like manipulation, right? But that's how they ask you to do it.
Yeah, so, right. No, that's fine.
I'm trying to find mine. I've got it somewhere. But it's in a book like this. And it's just one from like the works. And yeah, this is just like a plain one. Just plain more like that. But I base times the item and basically what I've paid for it. At the beginning, I started putting up when I listed it and when it's sold, so I can just knock it off. But it's just too much hassle. Some people are really love doing like the spreadsheet and everything. I don't. I'm really lazy.
That's what I do. Yeah, I list everything on a spreadsheet, and then once it's sold, I put in, the sold price, less the fees, less the ad fee, and so I know what profit I've got.
That's really good. I mean, I know eBay pulls out like it sends you the spreadsheet for all your sales and everything, so you can do that. But like just to keep an eye on your car boot stuff, that's a good idea to do.
Yeah.
See, I don't do it for my charity shop ones. Really, I only put in like the daily amount that I spend. If I spend anything, I'm quite bad about that. I think I put in like the amount of items, so I kind of get an average amount. But like the receipts, it has, as long as you've got your receipts from the charity shops, it should be fine.
Yeah.
And as long as you've got like things written down for car boots, so you can say like, I mean, like you say, it's open to manipulation. Like some people say, "Oh, I spent £100 at this car boot," when in reality they only spent like 20. So there is obviously a lot of
exactly. But I think if you've got a dedicated bank account, you don't have to have the receipts for that. You can just use the transaction that comes out of the bank account as well at the same time, right? I think they're quite digitally minded, I suppose. They not too fussed whether you've got a receipt, as long as you can prove that it's spent at that location. Like your bank statement.
I mean, as long as people like paying
half the rank, right? So
yeah, as long as people are paying the right tax, it should be all right.
Yeah.
So we got this lace top, right? And I put in brand. I tend to go brand, gender, color, whatever it is, size, and then what condition it's in, right? So is there anything else that you can suggest to put in on this title that would help other people? Right. So we've got
maybe just
is it cotton?
Yeah.
What material is it?
Good point.
Short sleeve.
Yeah, put that it's a crop top as well, because that'll be something people will search for.
Is it like embroidered as well? Is it got like an?
Yes, lace. So it's
Oh right, so it's just
it's lace top. So it is.
Could you say like what kind of style it is? Like not boho, but like maybe a summer style. I don't know. I try and think of like, you know, the styles of stuff, and then I've realised I'm so out of the loop. I mean, have you heard of Gorpcore?
What's that?
I had no idea.
It's sort of like utility-based clothes. So if people are wearing like cargo pants that you might see like builders wearing, or like I don't know how to describe it. It's just sort of utility wear, like almost like what you would see like workers wear.
All right, okay.
Both fashion.
Yeah, people like style it up and stuff, and I think I saw someone wearing a like an Air Force jumpsuit, and it was classed as like Gorpcore, but then he had like stuff arranged to it and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, it looks really good, and they just said Gorpcore, and I was like, what the hell? But then I know that Depop is really pushing.
Yeah, they're very all about their cores and their aesthetics, because like that's what the kids want these days. So kind of always best to kind of look up those words and put those in your listings.
There you go.
Because that's what people they search for.
Oh.
Yeah. So we've got lace crop top UK 14, 70% cotton, zip up, because it's got a zip at the back. See. I've only got 8 characters left, so that's probably as much as you're going to get in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got specifics. So brand. I don't know why they put.
That happens to me all the time. You put top, it just, I don't know what this brand is. TOP.
Well, like it's the brand is there, look, right at the beginning. I'm sure they should put type. Would you call it a blouse?
I'd probably go with blouse.
Short sleeved, white. Material.
Oh, here's the graded that in specifics. How many?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is polyamide and lining is polyester. Oh, it's not unstable. VA. Round neck.
I don't know if it's because I'm still fairly new, but I'm filling everything. I don't think I've got a listing what comes up, you know, with like add your item specifics.
Oh, I'm really bad. I've got loads.
It bugs me. It bugs me.
It's not.
I like a clean dashboard.
I'll try and bring it up so I can show you on my phone, because I'm really bad at that kind of stuff.
Well, I've took photos of this top, so I'll do mine in a minute as well.
Is it season? Spring, summer, autumn. You can wear it. Do you know what? You can wear it any season you like. Business, casual, formal, party, travel. Yeah.
Oh, do you select all of them for everything?
I do. Yeah. It gets more visible, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do as well.
I've just been selecting like what is relevant, because there's some stuff like you wouldn't wear that in an office.
It's like for t-shirts. I put up a lot of t-shirts, and I wear t-shirts all year round.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's like what you say, like a summer dress.
You can wear this at home in the winter, right? If you wanted.
So these are my.
I mean, yeah, you can wear it whenever, all year round, but like when. Yeah, I just don't know what people are actually searching by.
No. This is my my thing, tasks. You know, under the tasks things, and it says like, add recommended item specifics. I've got 623. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. But they give like loads, and it's like I went into the thing and it says, oh, on this listing, you can add 15 item specifics. And I went in and it was just basically like a toy. And I was like, well, that's all that was required. Like I've checked and it's like, there's nothing else I can actually put it on under. It's like, so I don't need an extra 15 item specifics. But yeah, I try my best to do as much as I can, but
I'm just going to get
DBA,
my
can't-
industrial tape measure out. That's it.
Oh, have you got an industrial? I've got one somewhere as well.
14 inches.
No, I've got about a million of like the dressmakers ones that just hang around.
Yeah, I've got one too.
Like,
This is
I've got
like the
loads, but
main-
there's just one that I like to use. Just one. It's my favourite one.
Well, I think I got this out of a cracker.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Christmas.
that's where they're all coming from.
I just kind of wrap it around my neck like
Yes,
that.
I feel very. Yeah,
No.
I feel very like a
Seamstress.
seamstress.
Can't really do that with this one, can I?
No, you might cut yourself.
Right, I put 14 inches. That's pretty much it now.
I might put
Would you
in
put
there
in
that
there?
it was originally a part of like a set, because there might be people who have the skirt who are looking for the top.
That's a good idea.
Even if you just copy what was on that label, or like, yeah.
Yeah, could do. If I put it as part of a set, then it. Thinking originally part. Oh,
Yeah, originally part of the set, but like put the like only the top is available, so people don't think that you've got both.
yeah, exactly. It says a cord set. I'll just put that part of
Yeah.
a cord.
Oh, have you seen? Right, I'm gonna flex a bit now. Well, it's not me, but it's Damien at DB Resells had this thing that he got from IKEA, and I got one from IKEA, and I'm really impressed with it. It's to put
What is it?
shoes on.
Oh,
It's like a frame,
Oh,
and I'm trying to find shoes, but there's no shoes around. But you basically put them like that, and they look really good. There's a video on my Instagram, but like it's really good.
Oh, does
It's
it
dead quick and
twist?
easy, and yeah.
So you can kind of
I
put
don't
them
think
like
it
that.
twists, so you can, yeah, like that. I tried
Okay.
to do it, but it kept on falling off. It's only feel like really like that, but it looks good. But I think you can do it like you can put one across and then put one like down, so it is kind of like length on it,
Mhm.
and you're at an angle. You can do that, but it's a bit of an ass. But like sideways or like on, it's really good, and it's just a really quick and easy way to kind of frame your shoes. And I was like, oh my god, that's such a great hack. But it only cost like £3 or £3.50
okay.
from like IKEA. So.
very good.
Loving it. I love big gadgets.
Is there anything else that you guys would put in here?
I'm sure that's what you need. Do you do
What about
length,
pick to
maybe?
pick?
Pit to pit.
Oh yeah, shoulder to hem is length. Yeah. Do you know what I got? I got asked. I do for trousers. I do obviously the waist and inner length, and sometimes the rise. But I got asked the hem width. You know, for what's it? And I was like,
what for the legs?
oh, I don't know. Yeah, for the legs. And so to be fair, he sent me a message saying, "Do you have the hem like width?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not bothering with this." Anyway, like a few minutes later, he sent me another message like, "It's just because I got really thick thighs and I can't put them over with that." I was like, "All right, fair enough." It was quite nice actually. So I did end up having to root it out and then kind of, you know, do it. And he didn't end up buying it, so I'm like, "Oh, that was a waste."
Yeah.
But yeah, I only
I
do
did that now.
I only do like 2 measurements for trousers.
Yeah, waist and inside
Waist.
leg.
I do waist rise
Yeah.
inside leg.
Yeah, I do rise when it's like for some reason men aren't for menswear. They're not as faddy really, but for like you know there's lots of different types of women's kind of rises. For men, it's kind of standard. I think there's only like
Yeah,
one. It's not
So-
yeah.
not as bad.
That always baffles me. What is the women's rise? Where do you measure it from?
It's from the bottom to the zip, isn't it? Up to the waist.
Yeah,
Do you
From-
mean what like
from
the
the
actual like
crotch.
crotch to the
Yeah,
same as men's, isn't it? It's
yeah.
from,
Yeah.
from the crotch.
Cool.
I don't sell that many trousers. I do mainly skirts, so I've never had to. I've got some that are waiting to be listed, so when I do list them, I'll definitely add. I'm gonna write this down.
It's just handy. I mean, I try and put in as much information as can so that they're not asking me questions, but they do. So you do get people asking questions, and it's like, it's in the listing. So,
Yeah, I've had a few of
yeah,
those, and you feel a bit like, as per my previous email, kind of really passive aggressive. But
fucking hell.
like, it's in the listing.
So Do you check these sell similars on here?
No.
No.
No, I don't,
Rubbish.
because it never comes up with the right things.
No. this
Even
is-
that, like, there'll be loads of people on there who just price it like that, like it's on auction, or they're not pricing it like for what it's worth.
So I
We'll
put
buy it now,
$12.99.
Yeah.
I put $12.99 for that. I think that's quite reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allow offers, yeah, why not? Add
Do you leave
multiplier.
your offers open then?
Yes, I do, because it just
Yeah.
if it's kind of if they send a lowball offer in, you kind of like, okay, we're in negotiation phase right now. So then I'll put it 2 or 3 quid lower than what it's asking for, and then sometimes
Right.
they will buy it, and sometimes they'll increase theirs, and you kind of almost meet in the middle. As long as you're still making money on it, you just get it shifted, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I do have like minimum offers on some of my, the majority, should I say. But the last week, what I did was I reduced my minimum amount by, I think it was like 30%, just as an experiment to see how many offers I get. And I did get quite a lot of offers actually,
Okay.
and it was like offers like you say, like people kind of lowballing, but not too bad. And then I'd counter, and then they'd buy it. So it was like it's opening up that dialogue, I guess.
Yeah, and if people are willing to put an offer in, they've already got a price in their head, right? So if you kind of meet that price when they on an offer, then they're going to be more inclined to buy it. Right. See, have you seen this new promote listings things?
Yeah.
I don't understand it at all. It's, I mean, I get it, but it's
essentially what they're saying is,
I'm
right?
not
So
sure.
normally I'd click this one, right? So 10.7%. So
would you leave that on 10.7%?
Suggested. Yeah, I always do eBay suggested.
I was to mine at 3. Yeah.
But then you're going to be right down
I
the
used to do mine at 3.
I don't know. It seems to be doing all right.
No,
Yeah, I kind of hover between 3 and 5.
Okay.
I always do whatever eBay tells me to. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe.
I mean, if that's get you to the top of the page, right? Then why not?
I mean, the thing is, like the Depop. When I was looking at Depop fees, they charge like a standard 10%, and then
yeah, boosted is 8% as well on top of that.
Exactly. So like I was looking at doing some boosted listings just to check, and then I thought, well, hang on, I'm not doing that at eBay. So I did it with eBay. I did it up to about 8 or 9% because they charge around like 10 to 12%. So I thought it's just the same, really. If as long as they're not taking the mickey, it should be all right.
Can you imagine if this like is on for 6 months, right, and it hasn't sold, and you select campaigns daily budget of £1? That's going to cost you like 180 quid. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no,
you wouldn't select that.
So that's pay per clicks, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh no, I don't, because I remember them traveling it out, and they gave people, was it 25 quid, and it was gone in like half an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
Like their budget was gone in half an hour, and they started charging people who still had it on, so you had to really monitor it. And if you've got like 2,000 listings, it's like, oh my god, you've got to monitor all of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, bit of a
right. I think that listing's pretty much done now, isn't it? Normally that would take me about 5 minutes on the phone, but we're obviously chatting about it. So list it for free. Why not? That's a bit cheeky when I say list it for free, because they charge you for the listing fee when you sell it. So you're still paying for it.
Not. Yeah.
Right. That's me done.
Yeah. Right.
Who wants to go?
Okay. I'll have a go.
I'll stop sharing.
Right, what do I do here?
I think I need to make you the host.
Oh no, can you not just share? I've got a little button on my screen.
I've got share screen. Hang on, let me just
share screen.
Yeah. As long as you don't have anything incriminating on your screen, that's fine.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Just top. Right, can you see my screen?
See
Yeah.
you.
No, you can still see you.
Oh. Oh. Well, I've pressed that green button. Host disable participant
Okay.
screen sharing.
Oh, there we
Pops
go.
up.
That'd be me then.
Yeah.
So if I make you the host.
Hostess with the mostess.
That's right.
Right, can I press it now? See what happens. Yeah.
And then we'll press
Oh,
it.
hey, oh. Ooh. Yeah, it's come up with a load of boxes. Screen. Oh,
What screen are you
that's
going
weird.
to
Oh,
pick?
I don't know what to do here.
What screen are you going to
Right,
pick?
hang on. Well, I want my eBay
There
one.
you go. I've seen it.
We're in.
Yeah, here we go.
Right. Oh, can you see
Yeah.
my eBay thing now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Right. Okay. I'm just going to try and minimise it without cutting it off because we're in my way. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So what I generally do, I go on my orders, what I've normally what's sold. Okay. Okay. Come on. Remove all. Remove all. Okay. Then what I do, I go on my phone. I go on my eBay app. I go into selling, scroll down to drafts. And what I've just done there is now starting my drafts. So then
Okay.
put my photos on, blump, 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 upload. And then in 2 ticks. They're done. Refresh.
I've never seen it done like that before.
I've never seen
I just find it easier.
I've done it that way
That's pretty good, though.
for like vintage if I was selling, like, so I could just upload directly from my phone and then that way, and then I can finish it off on the computer.
Yeah. Oh, soon. Off. I think it's not the sizing.
Do we tend to go with pre-loved or used?
Preloved. They had a big thing on Love Island about Preloved, and eBay and Love Island had some sort of deal or whatever.
Yeah, they have like a collaboration now where
That's
like all of the clothes are from eBay.
So if you put on Preloved, and then
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
my instant question there, Sharon, is why do you put dashes in there?
Because I don't know. I saw it once on somebody's YouTube because it separates the words.
So then it just ends up characters.
Yeah, you're wasting your real estate.
Yeah. I know, but
I mean, it looks lovely. Like when like it's very easy to read, but then you could probably chuck some more stuff in there, like summer, sleeveless.
Yeah.
Like all the other stuff that's going on.
Because no one's searching for a dash, are they really? So so you're on 79 then, right? So take all of those dashes.
I've used forward slashes, like, which is the same thing, not on all of my listings, but on somewhere it's like I can't literally think of anything else. I've done that. But yeah, I don't know.
Right. I'll leave it at that then. Right, so my SKU, that means back bedroom, BB. And I always put the cost in as well. Okay, so I'll just change that. So, okay, 16.
Everyone is so much more organised than I am. I just put like A1,
Oh,
B1.
I don't even put any. I don't put anything there.
On your custom SKU.
They're all in like 3 boxes. They're all in my boxes in my bedroom, just labeled tops, bottoms, dresses. Done.
Yeah.
Where they all. I don't have
Yeah.
that much stock that I need like a system yet, but it's just doesn't take that long to find it.
Well, I've got 2 spare bedrooms, so I've got a front bedroom and back bedroom. I'm just going to put sides it. I'll just put out really, just fill these things in. Holiday casual, that'll do. Theme love, that'll do. All seasons. Floral regular, vintage
That's what
no,
we've got.
closure.
Numbered boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the dream when I've got like enough space and enough stock. But now I don't have that much.
See, if I
I want to do it like I think Sharon, you do it. You know, when you've listed it, you put it in a nice little bag and then you put it away. I've seen people who on YouTube do it as well. They list it and it goes in a nice little baggie in a box, and then they just pull it out and pack it away.
Yeah.
Like nice little
baggies. Yeah, like that, and then you just put it away, and then you know it's in the bag, it's done, it's ready.
That's it.
That's
It
again.
Let me just put and paste from.
Yeah, there's a guy.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot easier. Well, for me anyway, just to get it all bagged up. I mean, to be fair, this top that I'm listing now, this is going in washer. It'll get washed and ironed and bagged.
Yeah.
When I put a load of clothing, I'm not washing specifically. Oh, what's happened to me? Oh, that's we're just scrolling down and I went doing. I bought a new mouse, and it's one of them is it ergonomic things. Yeah. It's one of them. What you hold differently, right? Okay, so what were I? Oh yeah.
The guy Dave.
I'm getting used to it. I only started using it yesterday.
There's a guy part of a daily refinement. I think that's his eBay YouTube channel.
Yeah,
he does.
That's what I was meaning. Yeah, I watched so much of it.
He's got like his little numbers that he attaches to the bags as well and puts them in order. I'd love to get to that.
Yeah, they're all in like nice little Ziploc baggies.
Yeah. So you just pull them out.
Satisfying.
And then you can essentially
he's a YouTuber I watch a lot of.
The problem I've got is that when I sell like 20 items on, say, over the weekend, I'll pick them out from different boxes, right? But the space doesn't go away, so it doesn't get smaller. The stock obviously doesn't get smaller because it's all still in. Some boxes are empty, some are full, so you have to kind of
consolidate.
Yeah, and pick them all every sort of once a month. You have to take all the boxes out, essentially, and then fill them back up again and change the custom SKUs on eBay. But ultimately,
that's my job for this week. Actually, is to consolidate a few boxes. But what I do, because I'm sourcing a lot, like I'm getting a teddy later. I'm getting other things as well, but I sold a teddy yesterday, so I'm going to get that in my order. But then I'll put this in replace of that teddy, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll leave it empty and I'll just find like an empty box. And when I take my bags of like listed stock, I'll try and find empty Watsits and I'll put them in my notes and everything, and then I'll come back home and I'll change it. There is easier ways of doing it, but at the moment I'm just stuck in this cycle of replacing and consolidating, which is fine. It works. It's not a hell of a lot of time, but it's like you say, I do like those like little Ziploc bags, and he's got all these little t-shirts like in a row in those boxes.
Yeah, exactly. What I always leave on as well, I always leave on the like a little disclaimer on the bottom of listings regarding, you know, capturing the true colour, blah blah, and what days I post out on.
Surprised you.
I always leave that on.
I'm surprised you let people decide what you can't use.
Oh.
If they have a preference of not using a
sorry, you went off then.
So I'm surprised that you allowed.
No, because I'd rather use the courier. You know, I'd rather not use a courier what they've had problems with. So it don't really matter to me because I cover my costs anyway.
Usually, yeah.
So whether I'm sending Royal Mail or Every, I cover my costs anyway. But because this is only a smart, and I always put other courier 3 days. So then if they don't have a preference, I can use whichever one I want.
Yeah, I mean, I do that as well. I put other courier, and I think they've got a 3 to 5 day option, haven't they?
Yeah.
So that's all I've ever used, to be honest. I never pick a specific courier. I just put other courier food. And if they say, like, I don't put in my description, like, oh, you know, if they've had like a bad experience, like, because I had one the other day, say, oh, can you post through Every because I've had a bad experience with Roy. I was like, yeah, no problem. Kind of thing. But like, I do like when people put all the information in the bottom. This is another thing. I'm really lazy. I don't have it in my you know, your not the stencils, what do you call them? Your drafts or your what do you call it when it's all done? Templates, yeah.
Oh,
I don't have anything like that. I just put I post within 3 days and then that's it.
Yeah.
I'm the same as you though. I do post like basically Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's basically how I post, but
yeah,
just to save on.
I tend to post daily. I want to get.
To be fair, I've always put that on. But if I've got quite a few, then I'll just nip to the shop and send them by Every, you know, and just chuck them through on a Tuesday or a Thursday, you know. But it's I know though that if I want a particular day off, you know, to go out sourcing, I'm not worried, you know, or rushing to get back to pack them up if it's on a Tuesday and Thursday. But if I do ship out those days, they're getting it sooner. So it's a bonus for them as well.
And they might leave good.
Same with Saturdays. Yeah, if I get quite a few orders come through on a Friday evening, me and Steve will pack them up and he'll take them to the shop for me. You know, drop them off or down to Royal Mail. Right, I think that's it. But no, look at my task screen. Look, I've got no thingies.
That's
pretty good.
Specifics.
Top of the class, Sharon.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right, how do I get back? How do I get back now?
Stop sharing.
Stop share.
That's it.
Yeah.
My task screen is print labels.
That's how I do mine.
Unread messages, listings to send offers, and then 1,173 add recommended item specifics.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh dear.
I mean, the fact that you've not done that, and it doesn't seem, if that might be what it is, but you seem to be having good sales anyway. So I'm taking comfort in that it's not so important to add them. I do And I try and add that. Or if I like list a load in the week, I'll spend like a bit of time just going through everything. But I'm not like so. Yeah.
To be honest, I wish there was like a button just to get rid of them. You know, just so I don't have to see them every time I log in.
Most of them are probably going to be like the trading cards that I've got on there as well. Like, it's probably not mostly clothing.
Who was I can't remember. I think I was listening to like a podcast and it was on and they were talking about someone who had something like 200,000 listings of trading cards and they sell like 70 odd a day. Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, it's amazing how much money is to be made out there. But I was just like, that is incredible.
That is incredible.
It just blew my mind a bit how he was talking about it. He had like really useful boxes, those big boxes, but he had like 20 of them, and that was his stock of 200. I was like, 20. I've got like 70 odd boxes full of nowhere near that amount. It blows my mind. It really does. People's businesses.
Yeah, I mean, if you can kind of niche down and you kind of commit yourself to that, you can really grow a decent business, right? So, I mean, the purely fact that I've got some here, and that is probably, these are all the Lego ones that I picked up. But that's literally that's the space they use, and you could probably sell that for £1, maybe 50p, maybe something like that. But just the space that it takes up is literally next to nothing. But yeah, I suppose that whole trading hub business is, you'd have to get the really decent ones graded, wouldn't you? if you
Yeah.
actually make
I think he
anything.
said his ASP. I think his ASP was something like $2 or
Oh,
something like that. It wasn't that amount. But like he said, he sell things for like he sell like the odd one. Like probably what he said. I think he said I sell like one or two a day that are worth over like $50 each, and then the rest are all like between 1 and 5, and then that's how it kind of balanced out his average. But I was like, oh my god, yeah,
That's incredible.
Yeah.
If you know where to get them from and you can get them from at a good price, then essentially it's worth doing. I mean, can you imagine listing all of those trading cards one at a time?
Yeah.
Do me head in. Do me head in.
Yeah, exactly.
It does me head in doing clothing sometimes. I've got a big pile over there looking at me. I'm like, ugh. So what did I do? I went out sourcing yesterday and got some more.
Got some more. Yeah.
That is the way.
That's it. Yeah. You just want to do the fun stuff, don't you, sometimes?
Yeah. I'm shop.
Yeah.
The notes I've put down this week, right? And this is, I put these down while I was pumping the back tire up in the car, so it wasn't exactly very thought out. So eBay sales down due to bookkeeping work. We should come up with a challenge. We haven't done that yet today. Anything horrendous happen? I've just literally put anything horrendous happen over the last 2 weeks.
Horrendous. Oh, I have had a couple of well, it happened 2 or 3. It happened 2 times. So I had to do a video on it, and it was basically me mixing up 2 orders.
I did see that.
Oh,
I did see that.
I can't. I don't know how. It happened once when I first started, and that was it. And I messaged them, and everything was sorted. But for some reason, I have had a lot going on in the past like fortnight. But that 1 week where literally on the Monday it happened, and I had all that aggro a couple of days later, and then it happened again on like the Thursday. I was like, yeah. Luckily, I only got like 1 negative feedback out of it, and I was like, I put a reply underneath it and everything saying, I'm really sorry. It was completely my fault. Just a complete lack of, awareness, and it just happens.
Yeah.
Only human. But this guy was a tool. He was just like, how dare he? Like, I was like, oh, bro.
I've done that once.
I get why people are angry.
Yeah.
It's just like it happened twice in a week, and I was like, and so I had to refund them all, and it ended up costing like over £100. I was like, oh my god! And then I had like a return. It was a slew of returns, and to be fair, none of it wasn't like, oh, I am not as described. It was just like it was a shirt, and it was like a Hobbs top, like a jacket top, and all of him was it just doesn't fit. And I was like, that's fine, send it back, I'll give you a refund, no problem. But it ended up being like it was £100 in refunding the mix-ups, but then it was like £100 in refunding everything else. So it was like I was like £200 down by Saturday, and I was like, oh, just it was not a good week. And then I had like really bad sales during the week, but then it picked up a bit at the weekend. But it was a horrible week. It was horrible. Written that off.
Yeah, that can really break.
That's about it.
That can really break your confidence, like doing this sort of stuff, right? You can just. I'm going to get another job because I can't be dealing with all of that.
I mean, I'm a tough cookie at the moment, and if you've been on eBay for a while, you develop a thick skin. But I was just like, I'm writing off the week. I can't be bothered. I'm going to the pub. I've had enough. It was that kind of attitude.
Why not?
And I haven't had that in a while.
Claire, you have anything horrendous? No, just standard stuff.
Not even anything sort of in the past. Yeah. Nothing like that horrendous. I haven't, again, touch wood, I haven't like mixed up any orders or anything like that, and no messages. I think the worst, I don't know, probably the worst thing is probably the first refund I've had to do since like starting this professionally. I sent a top off to someone messaged me saying, will you send this to Dublin? And I was like, yeah, why not? But why not? I didn't do much research into it, and then took it to the post office, and she said £4.95 please for shipping. This was only like a t-shirt, so I hadn't sold it for a right lot, and I thought, oh, I'm not doing that again. And then sent it off, and because I'd not sent it off tracked, it just said an international standard. Like I got a message like 3 weeks after the sale saying this top hasn't turned up yet. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I looked into it, realized my mistake, and it was my own fault, like, because I don't do international shipping on Depop, just to the UK. And I thought, why not? Let's try. Why not? See how it works. So decided that I'm not doing that ever again.
Yeah,
Just to the UK, please.
yeah.
That's about as bad as it's gotten. But
yeah, I've not had any.
Give it time.
No horrendous experiences. But when I changed over to business account, I've gone into the settings and switched off Germany. I don't know if your guys have as well.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about the Germany
this packaging. Yeah, you need some kind of, I don't know, certificate or authorization to send as a business seller to Germany. Otherwise, you could get fined.
Is it sending anything to Germany?
It's something to do with packaging. Personal accounts is fine.
Oh, okay, because it was so when I worked at I used to work for Scholastic Children's Books. Probably shouldn't have named them, but whatever. Just before I left, there was like loads of legislation that came in about plastic packaging, and we had to pay tax on what we were importing into the country. So like if we were it's got a Lego is in, we'd have to pay tax on that. But like CDs and stuff, that was exempt. So I think it might be that, because obviously as a business you'll be sending in like plastic and stuff for them to get rid of, essentially.
I remember there were a couple of reseller videos that I watched. I think it was Cooking the Aidens and
did George do one?
Nick and Andrea Hills. I think George did do one as well. He did, yeah.
A bit of trouble with it.
But apparently it's very complex to sign up for this German packaging scheme. So I thought, you know what, it'll just be easy just to go into settings, switch it off. So and I've also switched off British Forces, BFPOs. Yeah,
I heard some horror stories about them. My uncle's in the RAF and he has trouble getting parcels sent to him on the base, and he's like, I just get it. He has a PO box just out down the road now, because it's just easier for him to go out, nip out for 5 minutes, grab it, because it was a whole it's not customs obviously, but it's getting it into a different country and then into the compound, and it was a full nightmare just getting a t-shirt from home, or getting some shoes. He was pulling his hair out, not that he's got much left, but he was pulling his hair out about just trying to get this one simple thing. It was there. So I've turned off that as well.
Surely that's gonna, for the Germany thing, surely that's gonna cause their imports to go down, right? People aren't gonna bother. We've already said, right, okay, we're gonna switch it off. So what's the point of sending them stuff? I do find the world's becoming more insular, rather than global. It's swung the other way, hasn't it?
They're cutting the nose off to spite the face.
I think it is, and I think obviously when I remember GSP sales to Europe, it used to be I had about 10 or 15 a week, and then what was it, 2018 when they introduced all those import fees, and it just went down. I have one a month now, 1 or 2 a month, and it's just it completely kneecapped me for about 6 months. It really kneecapped me, because I was making a lot of money selling to Europe, and weirdly, because I'm a bit of a retro gamer as well, and I buy games because we share the same PAL from Europe, so I was buying cheap games from Europe and having it imported, and it cost me no extra. And as soon as all these new import fees came up, it doubled in price. Certain games, I was like, oh, it was a nightmare.
The other thing I had on my list was to talk through a listing, which we've done that anyway. So we need to come up with a challenge. So if we have a think about it over the week, and then maybe decide on next week whether to do the challenge. Have a think about it. Right.
Okay.
Is there anything else you wanted to add on this chat? Is there anything else you want, questions or anything like that? We come and get into the end.
I could probably take you through my listing process, because it's a little bit different, because I use Zipsale. So if you wanted to stay on for that, or Could do that next
Yeah,
week.
we can, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, you do that. Claire. Good idea.
You'll have to let me see. Let me share
Oh
the
yes, you
screen.
need to be host, don't you?
Yes, please.
Hostess
Sharon,
with the mostess.
you need to do that, Sharon.
Don't bugger it up though, like me.
Sharon, because you're the host.
Oh, dear.
You're the host now,
I'm
so
out.
you need to give Claire the ability to do that.
It's in the book.
So if you go on the corner of each person's chat, there's a blue box with 3 white dots in it.
Oh, yeah.
Just click on that
Oh,
and
make host.
that's it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you are the host now. I have
The
control.
power.
You've got the power.
It's gonna steal all our money from our bank accounts now. Let you watch.
There's no in mine at the moment. It's
So
all
you
right.
can see,
Yeah.
see. So this is my Zipsale.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Is that the
God.
amount you can
right,
sell? Is it 200? 2 out of 2?
So you can get different
Yeah.
subscriptions. I can't remember if I can show you. But I have the one that's £15 a month plus VAT, and I have 200 items a month to list, and it resets like over the. So if you list it, say if you did 200 items on like the day that your subscription renews, you get another 200. So you could do 200, and then the next month you'd still get a fresh 200. And but it's only showing 16 at the moment because you can set like the view of what you want to see. So I'll just go for the listed and not listed, and that should. I've not got a right lot, and I'm nowhere near the kind of levels that you lot are at, where I'm listing like 10s a day. I list normally like 1 a day, like that's it. But I'm trying to do that like every day. And I haven't got anything to list from scratch, but I can just take you through like what I do anyway.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
don't look too close at anything.
I might tag Zipsale in this video.
So in terms of
upload it.
get a sponsorship.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
They asked me for a sponsorship.
Did they?
yeah, I've when I've been around on YouTube, they've been lots of sponsorships with Zipsale. So they must be doing the rounds. I'd say if it's something that you use, go for it. Why not?
That's why I said no, because I didn't use it, and I felt it'd be disingenuous if I just said yeah.
Yeah. I think if you can always tell though if it's just a sponsorship or if it's like a product someone actually uses and then they've received money from them. So I'll just show you that this one's already done and ready. This was.
No, I'm gonna put it in the joint. Or can we do that? Okay.
Okay. So you have like info that you would put in for like all of the listings. So I would go in here, press upload images, and that's.
I like your background, by the way.
My background. Oh, it's
a cool background.
It's just it's just my garden wall.
I like other people's backgrounds, like the distressed look.
Just the garden wall. The best place. I've taken loads of pictures around the house to see like where the best place is, and it's literally the garden wall gets the right amount of light. So I'll just take it outside. So yeah, I keep all of my pictures here on the computer, move things to sold as and when. So then you just upload your pictures as normal, and then they would appear. And then you have like all of your info. This is like the info that applies to all of the listings. So I tend to put in the title there. I took your advice, Dan, about the titles and the order of like the words. So like you do brand, was it brand and then gender and the colour. I've changed all of my titles to see if it helps. I don't know if it has, but I've got put it.
The way I kind of do it is like you want to read it like a sentence.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, because I was putting like all sorts of stuff in there, and I thought actually none of it's really relevant, or it can just go in the description. So I tend to put the title there. But what I do for the description is, so I'll take loads of pictures, and then I'll go into here, and this is just my own document. I put in all the info into a little table, like all the measurements, and then use that to write this.
Okay.
And then that'll go in. So I have like a template of like measurements, and then I write all of like any info about it, like condition, or if it's got spare buttons, you know, if it's a shirt, or just any of like features that they might not pick up on, you know, in the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put some like shop info there on every listing, so that much like you, Sharon, so that like people know like how often I list and that everything's clean and all of that business, just so that they've got a bit of context. So all that, when I've done all that, that goes into here. You can see all of that there. And then you've got your category, and then like color, condition, brand, size. So this is just all like the sort of postcode there. Don't look at that. Blur that out if you could, for people. Don't dox myself. So yeah, they're the marketplaces I have linked up to it at the moment. I'm going to be getting rid of Etsy because I haven't had any sales. So then what you would do is you press save and continue, and it takes you through each of the marketplaces that you've got.
Yeah.
So this is eBay. So sometimes I might make a change to the title here, maybe put more keywords in, but most of the time it's all, and then you just go through the category and sort of make it relevant to eBay. You can add in all of that. Most of it will just be populated from that sort of base set of details.
Yeah.
And all of the stuff that you might see on, like when you're listing, it's all there. This is just like sort of basic stuff, and then you could add it at this point. You could add in all of your like recommended item specifics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to, but you could here if you wanted, like all like, is it vintage? What accents are on it, and all of that business. It's all there, but I don't tend to. And then you got, like I say, you keep going through. I might as well list this one today actually.
With your Depop, when it says just beta there, is that included in the package that you pay per month, or is it? I do. Oh, is it? Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, I think it's just because they're still working on like some like things and bugs and such. Because like when you subscribe, you get like email, I think weekly emails of like what they've been doing and like any bugs they fixed and stuff.
Right.
Because I know that the last one I got said that Poshmark is coming to it soon in the summer, so that's going to be really useful because that is all still manual. So again, you go through, you can just your descriptions still all there. You go through and you can make the category sort of specific to that. Put in any tags, because I don't think anyone else has tags. I think it's just
Depop. And it does, but it doesn't have. You have to write it in the description as well. It doesn't have a box like that. Yeah, so that's quite handy.
Yeah, so these tags, what they'll do is they'll throw it into the description with the hashtags. So you just put it like that with like with the commas, and it'll do it automatically for you. So then there's some stuff. This stuff like I probably say like the Depop style, or like or Depop style. I would then have to go, because you can select multiples. So even after this, but I still have to go in and do little tiny tweaks just to make sure people can actually find it. I always do free shipping, just because. But again, like there's more specifics you could add here. So you could do like all the ones that you would normally get on Depop and stuff, and like I think the things that what we were talking about before, like goat core or any of the aesthetics, would come up in here.
Yeah.
But you can only add one on this section, but in Depop you can add multiple.
It's up to 3, isn't it?
Yeah. So what I tend to do is just always save without listing. I always just do like a bulk of listings, and then I've got vintage. And then normally what I do here is remove the line in my description about there being like free second class shipping, because obviously they pay for it, and then change the price a little bit to accommodate for the fact that they pay the shipping and then fees. So I lower it a little bit, as opposed to the other platforms. But again, all of your item specifics are there. Yeah,
Have they actually said then, Claire, when they're going to introduce Poshmark on it?
Just said the summer. Just said that they're working on it, and it's the summer. So, and no more details on that. But it's good that it's coming. So obviously, when you've done all of that listing, and it comes up here with just have to move your box. There's all your marketplaces, and then when the listing's finished and ready, it's just these buttons here. Then you just press list, list, list. That'll do its thing, and then they're all listed.
Cool. And
so it probably in the time that it would take for you to do one listing on eBay, I find that you can do your multiple with only like a minimal kind of like tweaking after.
Yeah,
and then also you could, they've got this.
Are you on the
So they're all done.
on the if it sells on one platform?
Yeah. Let me see if I don't know how to.
I'd be terrible at that. You know, like if it didn't have a
see
cancellation thing on it, I'd be selling it on one,
Yeah.
and I'd forget to take it off, and then sell it on another.
Yeah. So can you see here? These are the three. I think it goes higher than that, but can you see the free one where you get 30 times a month? It says no auto delisting, so you would have to do that manually, which I thought was a bit of a swizz, because then when you have to upgrade to basic to get the auto delisting.
Yeah.
And then after that, it goes up, so you can have 500 items a month, and then you can get like thousands a month.
Oh my god!
I don't know when I would ever need 3,000 a month, but
I was gonna say you'd have to be like Primark.
yeah,
pretty much.
So just the 200. I'm not even hitting 200 a month just because I don't have that much stuff. But they'll all be on their relevant platforms now. And and then the only one it doesn't do is Vinted. So if you sell something on Vinted, I tend to just go in and mark like the Depop one as sold, and then it does it.
Right.
So it does on eBay.
So if you sold something on Vinted, then it doesn't delete it off of eBay.
No. So it says Vinted. It's not part of auto delisting yet, but it apparently will be soon. So if you sell on Vinted, it won't delete it off the other ones. But if you sell it on eBay or Depop, it will delete it off the Vinted Vinted app. And I think last time, Daniel, you asked about what the reason was on when the listings end, what's the reason? And I had a look, and it says something like, because there was an error on your listing.
Okay, which is not strictly true.
Yeah, so for example, I sold these boots on Vinted, and it says there you ended the listing because there was an error.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that they've done it in such a way that it doesn't affect your your performance or anything.
Yeah, because when you take it off Vinted, it comes up with, if you delete something off Vinted, it says what's your reason, and it says so. And one was like, what was it? I've sold it. Someone, it kind of tips them off that you're cross-listing a little bit, and that's just me being paranoid. I usually avoid that, and I usually put like
you can't mark it as sold either, because it says like you mark it as sold. It asks you to say who it's sold to.
Yeah.
So,
to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Vinted, other than the fact that because I keep getting lowball offers anyway. So I just say sold it elsewhere, and if they ban me, they ban me. That's just my attitude towards Vinted, really. I might have to give this a go, because ultimately I've got 1,300 items that I could put across slowly.
Because you can import from different eBay to upload, and these are all the marketplaces that are on offer.
So essentially, if I set up my eBay as my preferred connection, I think that's what you call it, isn't it? Then you can just it'll pull in a list of all the eBay ones that you've got active.
Yeah, so up here it says import items, and then you can just pick wherever you want to import them from, and then it'll import the ones that are applicable.
And then you select which ones you want to add.
Yeah, I think I've got them all on there, so there won't be anything to import. But they're all.
if I did it, say 200 a month, will it recognize that if I wanted to add, will it recognize that they're already in there?
What do you mean? What already?
If I did say 200 today, right, just put in
Yeah.
200 for the month, then at the beginning of August,
You get another
go back
free.
in.
You get another 200.
Yeah, so if
So
I had
400
the
altogether.
eBay connection in there, would it already tell me these are already listed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't be able to select them on your when
If
you
I
import the
so,
items.
so if I went into import items, it would already tell me that this one is already listed on Zipsale.
Yeah, this is already in Zipsale. It just you wouldn't be able to select them.
Okay, it won't create a duplicate listing on Zipsale, will it?
No.
They use
I mean, don't take my word for
software.
it. As far as I know, you can't. It will only show you the ones that you can import, not the ones that you can't. So if you did 200 today and then 200 next month, it'll just show you, the 200 that you've already done won't even be there.
Yeah. Because I might do it by box, because I think I'm gonna have to do some sort of stock take. So I've sold a couple that have already sold previously. Do you remember me saying about selecting bulk change to auction has done something to
Oh,
Yeah,
so
and you're like duplicated.
kept the it's kept the buy it now listing and the auction listing, and then when that auction had ended, I relisted it as a buy it now, so there was 2 buy it nows on there. Yeah, it was all a bit confusing.
Did you get all of that sorted then?
Yeah, so what I did, which we did that duplicate conditional formatting, didn't we, on the active listings? So I deleted all the ones that I needed to on there, and then what I had to do is download all of the orders for the past 90 days and then add them to the active listing spreadsheet with the title and do the conditional formatting again, and it found that a lot of them had sold in the past 90 days. Maybe about 100 of them had already sold in the past 90 days that still had active listings.
Wow.
So I don't know whether when you do a bulk change to eBay, whether it's creating a whole new listing.
I don't know. I haven't had
the
that.
active one.
I don't know. I haven't had that issue.
No.
But I think I'm not doing as much as you. Maybe it's just having a bit of a wobbly.
Yeah, maybe. So I've pulled up with eBay, but I've heard nothing from them. So we shall see. But yeah, I think I'll definitely have a look at Zipsale.
Yeah, even if you just did the free one for like just a bit, just to see how you find it.
Yeah, it's the
Definitely
delisting
worth a
part.
go.
It's the
Oh, yeah.
delisting part that I need, because it's going to be
because
something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that would probably be more important, because you can just, otherwise you'd have to go like into here and then press like that mark as sold, and then once you do that, it does delist the rest of them. But the fact that it's not automatic is a bit annoying. I didn't even notice that one, because I had the free one for a bit, and then I looked at it, I thought, oh, it's not getting rid of them, so I guess I've got to pay now.
So are these the only 4 that you can use? Etsy, eBay, Depop, and Vinted?
So these are all the marketplaces that they currently offer.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
at
not
the
using
moment,
Facebook
and I know
Marketplace, definitely not.
Poshmark's coming.
Yeah,
I think it'd be good
So-
once Poshmark comes, because then you can do like clothing across the majority of the main platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got Poshmark, but again, it's all I have to do it. I do it at the same time as this, and so it doesn't take that much longer, but it is still manual. But if it was just like automatic across the 4, it would save so much time.
Yeah.
well, that's cool. Thanks, Claire.
I'll stop sharing.
Thanks, Claire.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome.
Can you make me the host now, please?
Make host. There you go.
Hey, back to standard.
I
That was really
renamed
good.
you all, giving you horrible nicknames.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, that's an hour and a half. That's pretty decent. I think we've shown quite a lot today as well.
Wow.
I was
Bloody hell.
yeah, it takes time. So in my head this morning I was like, oh, what are we going to talk about? But we've all done a really good job, so thank you. Should we end it there? And we'll see you. Are Tuesdays better than a Monday?
They are for me, to be fair, because Mondays tend to be busy, don't they?
Yeah,
Monday
packaging day.
mornings.
Yeah.
Picking and packing.
I managed to get those 15 orders out in an hour the other day, just in time.
In an hour?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
You
did well.
taking like 3 hours.
Ah.
Yeah, I was in beast mode. I was just literally like, right, get them out. I was picking them out of the boxes, going throwing it across the room. Basically, that's that one. That's that one. That one.
I had 13 yesterday, but I'm still trying to get shut of some like bric-a-brac, breakables, pottery type.
Oh yeah.
So I had a couple of orders mixed in with them 13 yesterday, and literally, Josh, it did take me like 3 hours to get them all done.
Pottery's a nightmare.
We normally do them on Sunday evening, but we went to the pub in afternoon instead.
Why not?
I know. Put us
Sunday.
behind.
Speaking of pottery, my neighbour's just given me 50 of these.
Oh, right, okay.
Are those ramekins?
They are.
Are
Why
they
did
from
they have so
Aldi?
many?
Are they from Aldi?
I don't know. I think they kind of order things from Deliveroo. And they like this might have been some sort of like creme brulee or something like that they've ordered.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, we've got all of these taken our cupboards. Do you want them? I was like, I'll have them. But
Yeah,
what would you call them? And how would you post them out?
I'd mark them as large ramekins.
Yeah.
In sets of 6.
Yeah, they look very much like or like tapas dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tapas. Yeah.
Terracotta.
I had some of them, but I got them from Aldi, but they've got, I don't know what kind of cheese it's called. It's that stuff what you put in. It's that cheese what you melt.
Yeah,
and
I've seen
Camembert.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. So it looks exactly
I
the
don't know
same.
what that brand is though. Yours is obviously seeing it backwards, but
Freezer
CER.
oven safe.
I think it says
No idea.
CER.
Cimer or something.
Yeah, CERMER. That looks like, but the M looks like they've done a logo for the M.
Oh. Well, even better if it's got a name underneath, isn't it? It's marked.
Yeah, it's right.
Branded.
That's it. That's it.
Put prices up.
Yeah. Triple. Cool. Right. We shall see you all next week if you're about next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
9:30 or 10 better?
Any.
Yeah.
Any for me.
Easy either, yeah.
Yeah, let us know.
Easy or.
Good morning.
Cool. All right. Good stuff. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Right, thank
See you
you.
soon.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.